Ghost of Tsushima, developed by Sucker Punch Studios and published by Sony Interactive, is without a doubt one of the best open world games I have ever played in my life, and I haven't even beaten the first act yet. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you why. This is only going to be a short video of just my general first impressions, my thoughts, just firing from the hip. I'm going to have a very well thought out and put together review coming out as soon as I beat the game, because this game deserves all the love and all the praise. The delays have obviously done it well. Yes, there are still a couple of things in the game that could be fixed, but they are seriously very, very minor. This game has an immense amount of polish. Just a quick summary of the story. You take control of Jin Sakai. You are one of 80 samurai that go up against an invading Mongol army as the Mongols are invading the island of Tsushima. Unfortunately, the samurai are decimated, Jin is injured, and his uncle captured. The game plays very well, it's very smooth, the way you move, the horse riding as well is just phenomenal, and the way the camera behaves, it just gives you a massive overview of the land that you are traversing, and it is beautiful. But the way that Jin moves as well is very, very cool. Combat does take a little bit of getting used to. There is no lock on, unfortunately, kind of auto locks on sort of, but when you start getting overwhelmed by the Mongols, it can get very, very tricky. I started the game in hard mode, which I advise you do, and you get better at the game just by playing it. It doesn't enhance your stats. There's no stats, there's no leveling. You can assassinate any characters apart from the leaders, because you can deal like a heavy damaging attack to them and then you can just slash them up. But the way combat behaves is very, very fluid. Once you get the hang of it, and you can block and parry, and you can unlock up to 4 different stances to tackle different enemy types, from swordsmen to shield wielders to spears. It's just great. The bow and arrow feels great. Yeah, it's really good. The only thing they need to add is that lock on. Jin is a pretty great character to take control of. He was raised by his uncle as a samurai and taught the values, the code, everything about it, which is shown in really cool flashbacks. The fact that samurai need to look their opponent in the eye without showing any emotion or fear, but with respect. And of course, becoming the Ghost of Tsushima, he's finding that fighting in the traditional samurai way may not necessarily be the way to tackle the Mongol invaders. And it's brilliant the way he toys between, well, this isn't how I was taught, this is not the samurai way, but then he must save his uncle, he must free the people of Tsushima. Particle effects. This game should win an award for the particle effects alone. Leaves and pollen, and they just blow everywhere, and it's phenomenal. And also the way that the wind, it actually leads you to where you need to go. You swipe up on the touchpad and the wind will blow in the direction that you need to go, so there is absolutely no HUD. The HUD will only ping up occasionally when you need it, when you're changing weapons or equipment or stances. Other than that, you just get a full screen of Tsushima, and it is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Quests work the same as in any other open world game, except for in this one I've noticed they've actually taken a bit more care in writing the side stories as well as the main stories. There's a bit more to them, like you have the standard stories to progress the acts to get to the end of the game, but you also have side quests called Tales of Tsushima, but you can also find, either by accident or by being led by a golden bird, or by talking to some people who have a speech bubble above their head, they will tell you of areas or places or other side quests that you have not discovered. Nothing on this game appears on the minimap, or sorry, it's not even a minimap, but the map, without finding it or finding out about it. There's no checklist gaming here. You can do it all at your leisure. You can do missions which will unlock new moves. I'm not going to go too in depth in that because they're pretty good and they're pretty long. They're not just your standard fetch quests. It's not your standard, just monotonous side quests. There's actually parts, a bit like The Witcher, you have to track your enemy, find out what's going on, piece together clues. It's just great. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. That was just literally a quick rundown. I've don't think I've encountered any bugs or glitches, which is obviously a great thing. But yeah, it's just a great game. I advise everyone to give it a go now. Of course, I will have a full review out once I've completed it, where I would go absolutely in depth in everything, because this game deserves it. This is the last PlayStation 4 exclusive, and they have gone out with a bang, in my opinion. I have not completed the game, but I've put in nearly 20 hours already, and I'm still only in Act 1, and I haven't even seen, I'd say, half of the lower half of Tsushima. So you've got obviously the lower half through part of the story, and then a larger upper half through the second part of the story. So absolutely phenomenal. I'd give it a go. But thank you very much for listening to me and for having me waffle on. If you want to see more, or if you want to like, comment, subscribe, that would be fantastic. I will start doing giveaways as soon as I reach 100 subscribers. But yeah, thank you very much, and you can catch me on Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. I'll leave the links in the description box below. And if you haven't played Ghost of Tsushima yet, what are you doing? Get out and play it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.